and welcome to Skeptically Yours, where thinking is free. Today's episode brought to you by The Big Bang.
Boom.
Sitting next to me is my co-host and producer, Heather Henderson.
Hi, everybody.
You know Heather from the Facebooks, on the inner tubes, and from our other award-winning vodcast, Ardent Atheist. You can find links to our guest website, join our Twitter and Facebook feeds, subscribe to our premium 90-minute full-length episodes, and our email at skepticallyyours.net.
If you'd like to take part in the live chat moderated by Joe Swam, go to skepticallyyours.net/live and chat us up right now.
And please go to iTunes, subscribe to our podcast for free, write a review, help us get in the top 10. You may also go to Ustream and subscribe to our vodcast, that's with a V, or go to skepticallyyours.net/premium and subscribe to our premium ad-free content for a measly $10 per year.
No need to subscribe. I will just visualize you subscribing.
What are you doing?
It's a secret.
No. You mean The Secret.
I meant what I said.
Christ. The Secret is just a positive thinking, repackaged bullshit, mystical lie tossed in thing.
I'm visualizing you shutting up.
And how well is that working for?
Okay. If you're a listener who's ever been duped by anything that's been debunked on Snopes, welcome. Your ordeal is over.
We're coming to you live from the second floor of the fabulous John Lovitz Comedy Club on the GoCast Network, high atop the hill of Universal City Walk in sunny Universal City, California.
I'm visualizing kick-ass guests.
In the Universal City tonight, we have John Rael, Dax Jordan, and Matt Kirshen. You know these fuckers from the world of reason.
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 You got on.
You're a skeptic, yeah?
Heck yeah.
I think you're. Do you go to any of the skeptic get-togethers?
I occasionally. I haven't been in town for some of the better ones, but I need to start going more.
Wait,
Right.
haven't you been on this show before?
Yes. So this is one of the gatherings I've been to.
No, I've had you on before.
Yeah.
Was that Matt's phone?
That was my phone not ringing as previously thought.
What was it
just
doing?
Started playing an MP3.
Nice. They'll do that sometimes, the iPhone.
Yeah.
They'll just kick into music.
Was it Vine?
No.
It was just going over
Oh, you and I
over
have to
over
make a
and over
Vine,
again.
John.
Explain Vine for your
Really?
listeners and me and
Okay.
everybody.
I'm going to tell you all about Vine. It is a 6-second version of Twitter. That's all you need to know, but it's video. Make sense?
So I take 6 seconds of video. Do I get to choose what's in the video, or is it just whatever I happen to have recorded for those 6 seconds?
You hit the new Vine button, and your camera comes up, and for 6 seconds, you can record a video, or you can do 1 second takes. You're a camera guy. You're an editor.
Yeah.
You're a director. You know how to do this, but it's in-camera editing. In other words, you only roll and don't roll. If you fuck up, you got to start over and start the scene again.
You can't like go from different clips, and I want this second and that second from that clip.
No,
and,
you
okay.
can't.
Damn it.
Studio executives be damned.
It's really great. And if you don't have Vine, do you have an iPhone?
Yeah,
No.
I'm an Android.
No.
It's not
You
on
need
Android
$5? Something wrong?
Yet.
Well, it was nice having you on the show. I want to
okay.
thank you for coming out.
Hey, it was great. See you later.
Is that the end of the show now?
Do they have Vine? They have Vine. No, they're coming out with Vine.
They don't have it for
Coming to an
Troy.
Android near you. And make sure that Matt's mic is loud enough. I'm having trouble hearing him. How are his meters? Let's double check Matt. Hey, Matt, do a check for me.
Thanks for calling them meters because I'm European.
You're welcome.
So hang on, how's this sounding?
Sounds
good in me.
Sounds
Cool.
good to me.
I mean, in my headphones.
yeah, Matt,
This
how
is
do
how
you
I have
sound?
to find out. So, Vine is awesome. I love Vine. Dax does Vine. You
do
Vine
it.
the hell out of shit.
I try Vine and
It's really
Yeah.
funny.
I find a lot of 5-day-old baby the last few days.
Matt's
I
one of those
apologize.
guys that only Vines when he thinks of a genius Vine.
Or a decent one and I've got some time. Oh,
Yeah.
there we go. It's only got loud. Hang on, is it different bits of the microphone sound louder than
Are you
others?
okay?
Are you all right?
Yeah, is this sounding different volumes as I go around the
Christ.
microphone?
Did you get into the mushrooms in my freezer?
No, I didn't because apparently
Little
they're-
baggie full of like stems and some caps. Did you eat that?
Okay, guys.
Oh, the
guys,
happy pads.
Guys, that's enough. Guys, that's enough. Matt, we invited you here tonight because your friends have some stuff they want to say to you.
Matt, I say this because I love you. You have to stop talking like that.
Dax just wanted to see you get burned. He doesn't like you at all, but he's happy to be here.
I just showed up
Yeah.
to watch.
You sound pompous all the time. We need you to stop it.
Okay. Now I don't.
You're still doing it right now.
I'm definitely.
I'm
not.
going to need you to stop it. I'm your friend. I care about you. You know, people talk.
We're still going to think you're smart.
We didn't say that. We didn't agree to that. Let's.
I guess I have more respect for him.
Each person is speaking only for themselves, Matt.
But I don't. Oh, fuck.
That's close.
Fuck.
Very, very close.
Fuck.
You're close.
Hey,
You got
that's
it.
pretty
Nice. Very good.
Much better.
Okay, thanks for joining us.
I'm
Matt.
cured. I'm perfectly cured. I'm back to.
Oh, God damn it. Dax!
Hello.
Where you been, by the way? You're out of town a lot.
Yeah, but not doing anything cool. I was just in San Francisco looking at a 5-day-old baby.
That sounds awful.
Gross.
Boo.
Oh, I think I got that offered on Groupon.
You can have that one. They're done with it.
You know, I have been wanting to do a show about Scientology. I've been wanting to do a show about The Secret. These are two topics I thought were two really great shows, and I've been wanting to do them. And I've been looking hard for someone who is in the Scientology scene and or has been in the Scientology scene to come talk to us. And I'm still hunting for that, and I will eventually find that, and that will be a show.
Do you know there's one friend of ours who is a Scientologist?
Whom?
Which one?
Barbara Roman.
She's not a Scientologist.
No, she's not. She was years ago.
Barbara was a Scientologist?
She spent a year of doing Scientology courses, and she was at the time a high-powered studio exec.
Yeah. That's who they go after.
And
Chuck Lorre fell for it for a few months.
Right, and she and then they sort of brought her in for a meeting and asked her to head up some kind of high-ranking Scientology division, and said she'd be living on their boat for a year, and she laughed in their faces and left.
She hates boats. They didn't know that, did they?
It was the boats she drew them.
Oh,
on.
hates 'em.
Yeah.
Hates 'em.
Nothing to do with cult status.
Right.
But-
Yeah.
But she was involved in their world.
I had the people who made The Secret, the version of the people who made The Secret, who are trying to further this whole Kabbalah bullshit,
Really?
hit me up in 2006 and ask if I would direct and produce the Kabbalah secret style. In
I
other
remember
words,
this.
You remember
I
this?
wouldn't trust anyone who's that bad at keeping a secret.
Right.
But you said no, right?
I lost a manager over it. I had a manager send me to that meeting. He knew I was an atheist, outspoken. And he sends me into this meeting with this guy. And I had the meeting. I talked to him. I was cordial. I wasn't a dick to him. And I told him that I didn't want to do that because I felt like it was dishonest. And
Well, you're better off without him.
yeah, well. So, I've only turned down 2 Hollywood gigs, and that was one of them.
Oh, wait a minute. Back to Scientology. Our friend Linda, I put that in quotes. I don't know.
Yes.
Yeah, actually, she's been on the show before. Paula. Yeah.
She is going to help me find
Ex-Scientologist.
ex-Scientologists and expert Scientology folks. So I'm definitely going to do a full show about it. But here's why I bring it up. I was pondering today and chatting with John Rael
Hello.
about what we should do on the show tonight, because that's how we do things here.
Last minute.
Yeah. And I couldn't figure out, I had a couple topics in mind and we were bantering them. And then you pointed me to some people that blew my fucking mind.
The Chaser.
Do you know about the Chaser? Matt? They have an accent
they
similar
speak
to
like you.
No, not like.
Oh, the Australian sketch show. Yeah,
it's
they're great.
really a good show.
You're Australian, right?
No.
They were
Matt's
prisoners on
French.
in your country, I think.
Yeah, we sent them to Australia for stick.
Yeah.
They used to be on a British sketch show, but then they stole some bread. and
And then they were exiled.
Shipped.
So that country's only like, you know how old that country is? Australia? How old is Australia?
you're
As a-
not
as a
legally
con-
allowed to have sex with it.
It's been fucked by the UK a couple times, right?
Hey!
Straight in with
Hey.
satire. It's Dax Jordan.
It's like Dax hasn't been driving all day.
Oh, cross ties.
So we got to talking about it, and you pointed it out. I spent hours watching these videos by
Yeah.
the Chaser. And is that the group name? And
That's their group name. They have in
They're a comedy
one-
team.
Yeah, they're a comedy team. They have in one series or publication of another. They've been together for like 15, 20 years, and they've been on the air. Like they've had a running TV show in one series or another for over 12 years, going on 13 years.
wow.
Their most
Ooh,
popular.
that's unlucky. They're going to get canceled.
Their most.
Just skip over 13
dare
and
you.
We
straight to
should
14.
skip that one.
Yeah, their most popular by far thus far has been the Chasers' War on Everything, which was sort of a daily show, sketch, punked, guerrilla, skeptic style show that emphasized more of skepticism and less of politics, even though there was still some politics in there. But
They use
just-
the politics kind of just for drop gags, really.
Yeah.
It's really fun.
yeah. And
I like this. Is this something that's still on, or is this old?
Oh yeah, they actually just as I was making. I have a new web series, by the way, called Skeptically Tuned. Check it out on skepticallypwned.com.
Heather made her appearance in your.
Yeah.
Your first video?
And my second video on the Chaser, I had a little picture of Heather getting her IIG award.
Isn't that nice?
Where the hell was I in that shot? I was in that picture. Did you Photoshop me out of it, you cunt?
That's all Google gave
I'm
me.
sorry, we're doing
Google doesn't give
skeptically
you.
Is that all you got?
Google doesn't give us Emery.
Or Stalin.
.com.
So I fell in love with these cats, and they had a piece online about Scientology, about The Secret, and even our third topic, which I'm going to hold off for a little while, and I'll expose that later. But the Scientology one was really great. Before you play this for us, run into it a little bit because they have a long intro that we don't want to get in. So play with that a little bit before we get into it, Jansen. Also, we want to thank Amanda, who's actually running camera switching tonight. Thank
Yay.
you. Thanks, Amanda, for helping out. But Scientology has, first of all, it's always baffled me. I know none of us are experts on Scientology. And in case you're some overseas cat, do people overseas not know what Scientology is?
No, I mean, there's Scientologists in the UK for sure, and I think, am I right? You're more likely to know this more than me, but like, is it France? I think has banned them.
I think Germany.
I think it was Germany that declared them.
Yeah.
Declared them.
Well, the Wall of Reason, in a
they-
matter of seconds, we'll have Joe Swam tell us who actually banned
they-
Scientologists from their country.
They definitely have a presence in most countries, or at least most countries with money.
Right.
I don't think they're doing much recruiting in Uganda right now.
You'd think they'd be really effective in other countries because they really are aliens.
Right.
Yeah.
Am I wrong? Did I miss something? Did I talk out of turn?
They'd be more susceptible.
So Scientology is, if you don't know, just in case you're living under a rock and you're unaware of it, Scientology is L. Ron Hubbard's, a science fiction writer, in my opinion, absolute fictional invention of how human beings came to be here. And the short, quick story on that is apparently Xenu at some point got really pissed off and he captured a bunch of souls on some other planet. And then to get even with those people he was mad at or to torture them, like in a hell sort of way, he brought them in big, huge 747-shaped jets, and he threw those souls into a volcano on Earth. And then as the apes were starting to evolve, somehow they escaped the volcano, these souls, and they flew around the Earth, and they injected themselves into the apes and turned them into human beings. Right. Do I have that right? I think that's kind of it.
Yeah, that's, I mean...
And that's what made Tom Cruise.
Well, that'll happen.
Well, it makes sense in that case.
Yeah.
I undermined my complaint.
Yeah.
The thing I've never understood is, like, given that, like, how it's, I mean, of all everyone has some version of that story, obviously.
Right.
That's innate to all of us. Like, we all believe some version of that. But it's L. Ron Hubbard's interpretation of that and how it's used to help your life. Like, that's the bit that I think is... I think it's lacking finesse.
That's an interesting perspective, Matt. So you have a slight variation in it then.
Well, every culture's had a version of that story.
Right. Well, would you share yours with us?
Well, I mean, like the story I was told growing up because I was raised Jewish is that it wasn't a volcano so much as just a mountain that was not like just a standard mountain, and but a mountain that erupts with magma and lava. But not a volcano.
That's a volcano.
Oh, I guess it is the same story then.
Okay, so let's listen to
Kirshen's
what
Scientologist.
the Chaser had to say about Scientology, shall we?
Would you like to do a free gullibility test today, sir?
We're just conducting a gullibility test.
Right.
And you're doing very well already, actually, so well done. I'm just going to read you a few statements. You don't have to actually believe them, but if you could believe them, just give us a yes, okay? Scientology lets you attain several different states of existence in just one lifetime.
No.
Could? You could believe that?
I could believe that.
Okay, good. Could you believe that it's a coincidence that a famous science fiction writer also invented a completely true religion involving aliens and spacecraft?
That's a tough one. I wouldn't
You
think
don't
so.
have to believe it now. Do you think
Oh,
you're capable of
cool.
believing it?
Oh, look, I could believe anything.
That's what we're looking for. Excellent. Could you believe right now dead people's souls are flying around and clinging to you, and that's what's causing everything that goes wrong in your life?
Totally. Not everything, but yeah, I do believe it.
Some of the... Okay, good.
Oh, no, that would be my ex-girlfriend.
If it's 75 million years ago, the Earth was... Don't believe that?
No.
Could you believe that?
No.
No, with intensive therapy, some courses,
Oh.
maybe a few donations.
Maybe, I suppose,
Possibly.
if I had enough invested in it.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe.
All right, well, you will have enough invested in it, don't worry. 75 million years ago, Xenu froze hundreds of billions of people and dropped them into volcanoes on Earth before blowing them up with hydrogen bombs.
That's a bit harsh, but yeah, I could believe that.
I don't see why aliens would be using hydrogen bombs.
Sure. Could you believe that Tom Cruise is a completely normal human being?
No.
Right, okay. Well, you've scored very highly on everything else, but even that,
It's a bit much.
just can't believe it.
There's no doubt that he's completely sane.
Are you being serious?
So they are actually out on the streets giving what they call a gullibility report.
In
taking-
front of the Scientology church.
Right.
They were right.
And
Well, yeah,
the,
one of them at the end of it, they one of the
Director.
People, the director of the
lead
church comes
director
out.
of the church.
Yeah.
Or of that building.
Yeah.
I thought it was genius of the Scientologists to be driving by in very loud trucks the whole time, trying to drown it out. Thinking ahead.
It looks like that there's Scientology has been denied a religion in more places than
one?
not.
Oh, wow.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I got to say, I think I was kind of hearing what Matt was saying, almost in the sense that everybody who has a religion, I guess, has sort of a ridiculous mythology dogma that they accept, and these
You are so kind to turn my stupid joke into some point.
Into a significant point.
they are willing to laugh at Scientology, and I'm like, yours is just as ridiculous. The difference, the lack of finesse that you at least inspired me to think of, is the fact that it is not a religion; it is a pyramid
Cult.
scheme. It's a cult pyramid scheme that is basically duping people out of money. When had they just gone like to a basic format of a religion, I think it'd be much more sustainable and people would be much more susceptible.
Yeah, I think that all religions are a kind of Ponzi scheme, actually. If you're
Especially if they
convinced,
ask for donations.
well, for me, it's not so much about the money. Although Scientology is designed, like you're saying, I agree with you, John. It is an absolute pyramid-style scheme, and it's meant to bilk people of money. And I don't believe anybody in the upper echelons believes that the bullshit. I really don't. I think that they are the same as Amway. They're the same as any of the people who have structured these pyramid schemes.
Herbalife.
The Herbalife, you name it. I think they're all about selling a lie in order to make millions. When you get into other religions, I think they differ a little bit in that those folks who are running the Catholic Church, those folks who are running, the rabbis that do all the work that they do, the Christian churches, I think they really do believe the Ponzi scheme. I think that they really do believe that there's
I
a heaven
would
and a hell and
imagine
God.
a lot of people in Scientology believe it thoroughly as well.
I think in the middle, yeah, but up top, no. I just don't think up top that they buy it. I don't. I think that they know that it's a fucking lie.
Yeah, I mean, I think up
That's
top,
what I think.
if they truly believed it, I think there'd be some up top people who would say, "Look, why can't we give some of this for free? Let them in the doors for free. Let them have some training for free. Let's help the people. Let's
See-
bring the word."
See, the other thing, I don't know anything about the upper levels of Scientology, but I know certainly in the church and in Judaism and in loads of other mainstream religions, even at the very top level, there are the ones who believe everything literally, and then there are ones who believe interpretations, and there are ones who have like workarounds. So believe in it is a very loose term.
I guess it is.
Like if you asked 1,000 rabbis how much of it they believe, or 1,000 priests or 1,000 vicars or whatever.
That's fair, but in all this time, has there ever been like an attempt for a free Scientology center? Have any of them ever broken up and like, whoa, the
That's
way you
why
do
I think they
Scientology?
differ.
There is outside of Scientology, I think there are some independent. This isn't bullshit. There are
I
some
thought you were doing a bit.
I know you had the face of like, oh, here it comes. But no, I think there are some breakaway people who are involved in Dianetics, which I think is like the theory behind Scientology.
Right.
There are
So they're just Hubbardists.
Yeah, they're non. I can't remember. There's a phrase for it, but it's effectively non-church Scientologists.
I think it's called scientism.
But
I'm not 100%
again,
sure.
Wall
That's
of Reason may well know.
You're listening to Skeptically Yours on the GoCast Network, skepticallyyours.net, and available at the iTunes Store. More after this unavoidable interruption.
Good news, everyone.
We have a premium ad-free service. We do the show for 90 minutes, and you will be able to listen to the live show and or download the first hour free from iTunes. The premium service allows you to subscribe to the full 90-minute ad-free show. It's only $10 per year. If you want to support us, please go to skepticallyyours.net/premium and subscribe. Most men under 40 can achieve erection in less than 10 seconds and lose that erection in less than 5. You have 2 minutes to get 8 erections and prove you're a real man.
You're listening to the GoCast Network.
What's up, guys? This is Danny Trejo, and I want to tell you about the best restaurant in Southern California, the Second Floor in Huntington Beach. The Second Floor is a one-of-a-kind tattoo and cutting-edge art bar. The food is amazing. Try our rockin' nachos, the sliders, or the monster colossal burgers, or my favorite, the Trejo's Taco. Second Floor. I'll see you there.
How you doing? We're the Farley Brothers.
I'm John Farley.
I'm Kevin Farley.
And I'm Carissa Costa.
And we're Farley Brothers Radio.
Tuesdays at noon Pacific Central Time, Pacific Standard Time.
Or whatever it is.
Pacific Standard.
Just tune in to the
Tune in.
GoCast Network.
And we also have tweeting at, where are we?
Farley Brothers Radio.
Farley Brothers Radio.
On the tweet.
And we're on the GoCast Network.
GoCast Network.
GoCast Network.
Before you hit fast forward, listen to this.
It's the big hot rockin', non-stoppin', less talking, boss jockin', head knocking, finger popping, yanking, cranking, hiney spanking, wham bam, thank you ma'am, 50,000 watt blowtorch of rock and roll. That is the Dick and Darren Show.
Dick and Darren downloaded 185 episodes. It's pretty good for you. You'll like it. Up in your ear hole.
On the GoCast Network.
We're back on the GoCast Network.
And now back to Skeptically Yours, where thinking is free. We're talking with John Rael, Dax Jordan, and Matt Kirshen.
That's not my name.
Oh, Bob Kirshenbaum.
There we go.
Thank you. So, anyway, Matt, by the way, thanks for being on the show again.
You're welcome.
It's been a while.
It has been a while.
Yeah.
That's because you moved out of the living room.
It is, right? It was more easy when you could just throw off a towel and come running in.
Yeah.
Let me ask you, how is your show doing?
Probably science.
Yes.
Thank you for asking.
Most likely science.
It's fun. Yeah, we had a recent little boost because I did a couple of profile shows where they plugged it, and we had Chris Hardwick on.
Oh, nice.
Oh, shit.
So
it was excellent.
He won't return my emails.
Thank you, Dax.
Oh.
I think he gets 1,000 emails. I just happened to bump into him at a couple
I
of
used
gigs
to
in a
give
row.
the guy coffee, and he doesn't return my emails either.
Yeah.
He doesn't know how to use email.
Yeah.
He's not really a nerd.
I have a gun.
He doesn't know how to use guns either.
Oh, well, that won't work.
And if
then.
you give it to him, he's not going to return that.
No, he doesn't. I've heard he's a gun keeper.
But yeah, we're still finding some silly stories. We occasionally have some real scientists on, which is nice. We still get real scientists writing in to correct us about things.
I love that.
Great.
Which is because we know very little and we're spouting nonsense, and then we might get messages from people who are real scientists who listen to it in their labs when they're doing actual proper science.
Do you read it on the air?
Sometimes.
I'm waiting for you guys to accidentally stumble across some fucking fantastic find that no one thought of yet. Like, that...
Well,
gravity is fluctuating.
Well, I mean, that's unlikely to happen because we're not actually doing any experiments on the air.
But you're probably doing them.
Well, making up a bunch of shit about science is pretty experimental.
It is experimental.
It's cutting fucking edge, man.
Luck into some truth.
Exactly.
First.
Yeah, don't you have any hypothetical moments where you're like, man, scientists should totally study this, and maybe they'll find that?
Yeah, well, the trouble is also, here's the other problem. Everything we bring up on the show, none of it's repeatable. Which is one of the tenets of science. So it's untestable, it's unrepeatable. We can't use it.
I see. Well,
so, but no, we haven't. We've come up with some theories. I don't think they're science theories.
Hypotheses?
I don't suppose you could name any of them.
I don't think they should have names.
So, you're on. How many times have you done Ferguson?
Oh, twice.
Twice.
That's it?
I've done 2 Fergusons and a Fallon.
I thought you were better than
Oh, yeah,
that.
you did Fallon. I forgot.
And I
about
did Hardwick's TV show as well that's coming out. That's the next TV thing I'm doing.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Chris, the Nerdist TV show on BBC America on
great.
the 30th I'm on.
Awesome.
which is where I got to touch an astronaut.
Oh yeah, I remember when you
right.
went for that shoot.
I was
Right.
very excited about that.
Who was the astronaut?
The best one.
He's dead.
The best living one.
Oh, right.
Bingo.
Neil Armstrong's
Lightyear?
gone.
Yeah, Buzz Lightyear.
Jesus Christ, Dax.
Neil Armstrong never punched a guy.
No, exactly. Well, I'm sure he did, but it was never YouTubed.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm pretty sure they all punched guys at very like the whole Apollo team. I'm sure they did a lot of punching.
Where did you touch him?
In the studio.
Very funny.
See how he danced out of that? And that's why he's a TV man.
Yeah.
I touched his moon hand with my terrestrial hand and got a little bit of moon on it.
Aren't you afraid you're going to get some sort of moon cancer now?
No, they've been well tested.
Everyone who's touched him has died of moon cancer. I'm pretty sure that's not true.
Yeah, no, I think.
Is that
well,
a theory?
we know
That's a
for
good King Tut style myth we could start, though.
Yeah, no shit, right?
I know for a fact at least 3 people who've touched him died in a rocket fire rather than a. Although that was
Too soon.
Yeah. Although that was pre him touching the moon. So I don't
Actually,
know.
that joke isn't funny because it's too late. What the fuck?
Yeah.
That and it was faked.
Not the moon landing.
tells
Not the
theory.
moon landing, but the fire.
Yeah, that's actually one. That hadn't even occurred to me until now.
either.
But that's got to be gutting about, like, all the people who are pissed off about the bullshit. Like, man didn't land on the moon; it was all faked in a studio. Yeah. Like the guys who actually landed on the moon have got to be pretty pissed off about it. But the family and friends of the 3 who died in a like how many
3 Americans and dozens of Russians on
you
their
know
end.
I was
Not to
about to say
mention
like how many
monkeys.
people
Whatever.
I was about to say how many people died setting up a film shoot, and then I realized, oh, actually, loads of people have died. Hollywood has killed a shit ton of people over the years.
Oh, yeah.
Like 5 of them or something died during Ben-Hur.
That's
Like,
right.
it's just-
Twilight Zone killed a few.
Yeah. Yeah, who died? It was Rob Morrow, I think, was killed by a
The helicopter?
helicopter blade.
And 2
Yeah.
kids.
Oh, right.
Yeah, so actually,
This show got depressing really quick.
so there we go. Not only
Vic Morrow.
Yeah.
Who did I say?
Rob Morrow is
Oh, yeah. Not
Northern
Rob.
Exposure.
Yeah, that's right.
Rob Morrow.
Also a Scientologist. Too.
Was he the one that left
No.
and then
What?
Provenza came in to fill his
Yep.
Yeah,
shoes?
yeah, yeah.
And then,
Provenza
and then
and,
killed the series?
Yeah, even though
Well-
ironically that last season he was him and his wife were the only likable characters. All
They-
the other
they were great
characters
on it.
Yeah, all the other characters got written into assholes. It's like, well, we can't think of anything else to do with their characters, so they're a jerk.
Yeah. The show had run its course by that time anyway.
I just like the phrase "written into assholes."
Yeah.
That's a weird phrase. That's a phrase I've never had come across
Yeah,
my oral.
it's like The Office.
Write
The
it
last
down.
3 seasons, like we can't think of anything else. Let's make them crazy. We'll just make this character crazy.
Is that what they did?
That's all they do on The Office. Every character, they can't think of anything else. They're crazy.
And
We'll
they
just make
ended
them
their
insane.
series in a snow globe, right?
Yeah.
Is that what I haven't followed them for a few years.
Now
I don't
that's
know
St.
what
Elsewhere, which was created by the creators of Northern Exposure. See, I brought
How
that
do you
all-
do it? He knows everything about
He's a
those
trivia
2
buff.
things.
I am a huge fan of Northern Exposure.
Are you?
know it? Yeah, I got Paul to sign my 6-season DVD set.
Oh, I didn't realize you were a big fan.
Nice.
You mean
yeah.
geek?
Yeah, we could use
Yeah,
that.
geek is the right word. You too? Oh, I look over and Jansen's got 2 fingers up like, I was too. Well, no. He's saying we have 2 minutes to break.
Oh, God.
So we're going to have to do a break.
What else are we going to do?
We should cover the 2 minutes with
I
something
know.
entertaining. Should we talk about anything
Can
else?
I go back to a Scientology thought?
I'd
about
love it.
money?
I'd love it.
The fact that there's so much money involved at the higher levels, I feel that's probably.
Sorry, we're out of time.
Okay, thank
You're
you.
listening to Skeptically Yours on the GoCast Network, skepticallyyours.net, and available in the iTunes Store. More after this insufferable interruption. And now a special announcement.
This is a big super shout out to the listeners. Verendo, Kyle Delaney, Mr. Gadfly, sorry about that, Jota, Dar Emery, hi mom, Shipatotek, Zingaman, Travis, Herbie, the Zen Atheist Reagan, Mark Giese, Thor, Vince, Cameron Winters, and Joe Swam. These were the screen names of the people chatting in the Skeptic Tank last week. Thanks for being there, everybody.
30% of all women over 80 still have sex with regularity. You got 2 minutes to get granny sex out of your head. Good luck.
You're listening to the GoCast Network.
Hi, I'm Judy Kerr. Listen to Balancing Act on GoCast Network Mondays at 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. It's all about acting and living your life an artistic way. Music, too.
What's up, guys? This is Danny Trejo, and I want to tell you about the best restaurant in Southern California, the Second Floor in Huntington Beach. The Second Floor is a one-of-a-kind tattoo and cutting-edge art bar. The food is amazing. Try our rockin' nachos, the sliders, or the monster colossal burgers, or my favorite, the Trejo's tacos. Second Floor. I'll see you there.
Hey, these are the Farley Brothers on Farley Brothers Radio. I'm Kevin Farley.
I'm John Farley.
I want you to go and look for Paranormal Movie on Amazon.com. It's out April 9th.
Yeah, it's a hilarious movie about a parody of the paranormal movies.
It's starring Maria Menounos, Tom Sizemore, Eric Roberts, John Farley, who plays Jack Goff.
Yep. Nikki Whalen. It's an awesome movie. Go check it out on Amazon.com. April 9th, it's coming out. Type in Kevin Farley Paranormal Movie.
We're back on the GoCast Network.
And now back to Skeptically Yours, where thinking is free. We're talking with John Rael, Dax Jordan, and Matt Kirshenstein.
Thank you.
Steen.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Kirshenstein.
Always fucking that up. So the other thing I wanted to talk about today was the secret makes me fucking crazy. And I stumbled upon another video by the Chasers.
Which was very freaking funny.
It's amazing.
It's a great video.
And it's a 10-minute video. Like, they really dived into the secret.
Yeah, no, we have to just kind of just give you a taste of it, I suppose. So jump somewhere in the middle of the secret piece, and we'll come to that in a minute. But I want to talk about the secret. The secret, again, this is another show unto itself. A whole show on the secret will happen eventually. I'm visualizing it. I will never forget when, I think it was Mom. Was it Mom? I don't know if it was Mom. Somebody sent me The Secret and said, you got to watch this. And I watched it. It's like a 4 or 6 hour ordeal. I don't remember. How long is that thing? Does anybody know how long The Secret is? It's a really long watch. And I watched this thing, and I couldn't believe anybody, anywhere, ever would fall for this.
Someone's searching and looking and hoping and wishing for something to work for them.
Well, all The Secret is positive thinking and then a magical made-up element. That's all it is. It's nothing more. It's nothing less. That's all it is. And it couldn't be more simple. It's almost like somebody was sitting around smoking pot going, I'm trying to think of a way I could just make billions of dollars off of fucking saps. What do you think would be the easiest, simplest thing to do?
Well, there is, I believe, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe there is good evidence for positive thinking at its most basic. Like, if you want to help,
that's why that part's good.
Yeah, if you want to achieve a goal,
that's why they call it that.
But visualizing, it does have an effect on you. Visualizing a goal and going for it and helping focus on a thing.
Yeah, positive thinking might help you actually get out of bed, but if you don't get out of bed, it's not going to just come to you.
It's when they add the extra sort of supernatural bit of like positive thinking won't just help you get around to writing your script. It'll also get around to getting the person you handed the script into to say yes to it.
They claim in the video that a guy visualized that his bank account would get X amount of dollars in it. The next thing they do is they show that his bank account is going up. That's their fucking pitch.
Yeah.
What about the parking spot?
Immediately.
Yeah. Parking spot example?
Yeah, they visualize that he has it finds a parking spot in the place he wants it every single time, and 90% of the time he gets that parking spot.
I've been in a car with a guy who does that.
He lives in Alaska. It's fucking Alaska, that guy. Anyway,
it's really hard to park in Alaska.
What I always say about The Secret is the secret is to trick your victims into blaming themselves. Because if The Secret doesn't work,
that's why I love
you must
you, John.
have been doing it wrong.
They use the same escape route as religion does.
And
you
psychics
didn't
as
believe
well.
enough. Psychics do it too.
Yeah, psychics constantly have that. That's one of their outs when they have a miss, is to either blame the person or say it's going to happen in the future, or there's loads of those louts when they I'm seeing a David. Do you have a David in your life? No.
Yeah.
You don't have a David in your life? No, I don't know anyone called David.
Right.
Does sound.
Oh well, you must be. Yeah, you will meet.
Or there's
David.
a lot of voices talking to me if they're mediums. A lot of times, they have a bunch of spirits approaching them who all.
I'm just realizing you've used this on me at the house, Matt. I said, where are the strawberries? And you said, I ate them all. And I said, I wanted some of those strawberries.
And then I said,
you
do you know David?
No.
Jews are always asking if
that
you
was
found
much funnier,
David.
by the way. Yes, that is what the Jews do.
By the way, I heard there's a psychic on XM radio. I'm currently driving a car that has an XM, and on one of the channels there's some English woman who is a pet psychic. It's called her show is called something like Animal Connection or Animal something. Anyway, whatever it is, it's wonderful. Like I was pissing myself laughing, and then a few stories came up, and then I just got very sad.
You know what hasn't happened yet? You know what? I'm afraid to say it out loud because I fear it will happen if I say it.
I'm calling it.
The lawn psychic.
The lawn psychic?
Yeah,
What do
the
you
guy
mean?
who comes to your house and tells you
diagnosing your
what
brown spots.
Exactly.
Yeah.
What is your lawn? What is your fauna thinking and doing? What are you doing wrong? And he communicates by holding his
I'm
temples.
sure there's someone already
and telling
doing
him, no
that.
one's doing it.
Somebody should.
No one's doing it.
Well, if you take mushrooms, you feel like that's happening.
I was watching.
That's exactly right.
I was watching a reality show. I don't always watch this, but I was watching
should shoot
Hoarding, Buried Alive.
Well, how could you not? How
Well,
can you
I was
turn away
watching
from that
it,
show?
and this woman had died who had left this hoard to her son and 2 daughters, and so they couldn't find important paperwork about the real estate papers for who owned the house, and so they called in a medium. And the medium came in and took a chain and did the spinning it around in their hand, and of course it said there are no papers.
That was the medium's find.
No papers.
No papers.
And to look at her, she's more of a large.
I'm not a medium. The worst part about being about channeling.
Because that would have been funny if she was heavy set.
No.
Shit.
She wasn't.
The worst part about channeling a pet's thoughts or a spirit pet is the constant taste of your own poop in your mouth.
Oh, that's great.
I think I'd quit.
Dax, where is your show?
My podcast, motivationally speaking, on the iTunes.
Tell
You
us
can
about
find it. Augie Smith and I.
Yep.
Dissecting comedians one at a time, sometimes 2 at a time, but only if those 2 are fucking. Not on the show, but in general.
Right.
Yeah. So we're in episode 5 or 6, and Augie likes to drill into people's brains and find out why they do what they do.
He likes to fuck
specifically
with
comedy.
people. Is the true? He is an absolute brain fucker. That
Dismantler.
Guy. Yeah. Well, he always takes the other side, no matter what you say.
He was president of the debate
Killing
team in high
babies
school.
is so wrong, and he'd be like, "What the fuck? Why?
Sometimes you gotta kill
There
a
aren't.
baby.
There are scenarios
But
where
they're tasty.
Is your co-host a troll? Is that what's going on?
Not quite.
No,
A little
no. In a friendly way. He would.
Yeah.
He never bothers trolling people he doesn't care for.
Trolls and
Yeah, yeah.
internet.
He trolls because he
Yeah.
loves. And yours, skeptically pwned. So we got to do a Vine. Somebody online, Linda was online, said that you and I should make a Vine together. So at the end of the show, we're going to make a Vine. We're going to post it, and you will learn, John, how great Vines are. Vines are awesome.
Teach me.
Especially since you're making videos anyway. You might as
I
well
know.
do this. It gets you more...
You're going to get vinely pwned.
Gonna kick him in the balls?
Yeah, let's kick each other in the balls.
Let's not and say we did.
No. That's what I mean by that. It is camera work. We both do this
You'll
for a
see
living.
it's amazing how many claims you can disprove in 6 seconds.
Right? That's actually a good idea for Vine.
Shouldn't be hard.
Yeah.
Dax, your name is there a story behind the name Dax? Is it a short for something?
Yeah.
What's the story?
Well,
behind it?
it's synonymous with freedom.
What the hell are you making
what?
up?
Wait a minute.
That's
Is
crazy
it
talk.
Daxter?
My parents got it from
Daxter.
no, that Daxter's synonymous
That's
with
really
freedom.
funny.
Daximillion.
Daximillion.
One day, if I focus enough. It's from a Harold Robbins novel that was popular in the 70s.
D-A-X, that's it.
Yeah.
Middle name?
No,
Parents think.
Daxton. There's a T-O-N at the
Ooh,
end.
you got the Daxton in
That's
there.
the
Please tell me
Thai
the third
version.
comes at the end.
Oh, I'm the first one.
Son of a bitch!
With a
I guess
hoity-toity
you could-
name
You gotta
like that.
knock up
Fake
that
that.
stripper of yours and get a goddamn kid
I know,
going.
and the middle name Alexander, so Daxton Alexander Jordan.
What?
I should be the maitre d' of something.
Did you like it? You have a weird
Whatever they
name,
are.
right? That's a name that's
Yeah.
not well known.
Yeah.
Did you like it? Did it bother you? Talk about this.
No, I loved growing up with it. I never, because I was always kind of a weird kid anyway, so it matched me, and people thought it was unique.
How do you
and-
make fun of that name?
Yeah, you kind of.
Hey, listen. The big question is, The big question is, does the name make the weird kid, or does the weird kid just fulfill the name? I mean,
I don't know. Emery, what do you think?
I was very unusual. It had nothing to do with my name. What my name did, I think, is it made me more recognizable in the general populace of the various schools I went to. So when I had to go to 12 different schools over my school career because Mom didn't pay
Fires.
rent. Yes, because of the fires. And so I'm jumping these schools and I'm having to make new friends. And it wasn't really difficult because I kind of stood out with the weird name. Plus, I'm born on Christmas Day, and I made shit up so people thought I was really cool. And
you made shit up? What?
I claimed I was born in Africa. That was one of my big lies as a kid.
Can I? I've never said this to you before.
Yeah.
But this is. I've always had a slight suspicion. I've known you for years. I've lived.
Oh,
in your
you think
house.
you? Okay, go ahead.
And I know you as well as just about anyone who lives in this town. I think. I've always had a slight suspicion that your name is bullshit. That you weren't given it by your parents.
That's really amazing. I've shown you my ID, right?
Yeah, but you know, if you
So you think
change
I
your name by
legally changed
if you change your name by deed-poll after a certain amount of time, you get passport whatever with that on.
Sure.
On your name.
Nope, I'm Emery.
Because also I know the kind of stuff you've done over the you've
what
committed.
Makes you, I see.
You've committed to.
That's what makes you
You've committed to staying in a wheelchair for was it 2 years?
2 years.
2 years.
So
2 years.
Yeah,
that
yeah,
blows
yeah.
my mind every time.
Yeah, but that's back when I was with my original name. Oh! No. I was named after my dad. I wonder if showing you my birth certificate would satisfy your curiosity.
What did you
work
say
for
you were
Barack
gonna?
Obama.
Are you?
Right.
Yeah. I want the long form or not at all.
What do you say you're going to change your name to?
I was going to change my name for obvious reasons to Trigger Warning. I thought that would be a good name change. If your name's Trigger Warning, I can say any fucking thing I want and rape you, I think.
You should have known, bitch. Out.
And then Ben said you should change it to.
Yeah. He said Ben's in the other room. What did he yell? He came out and he goes,
You don't know what he said?
what's the second word?
Nigger warning.
No, it wasn't warning. It was something else. That was it. Anyway.
Please, alert.
Right.
On the roof.
So he
Ahoy.
My name is Emery the Second. I was named after my dad. My dad's name was Emery. My grandfather, Lyle Emery, started this silly process. And it stops there. I'm not having any boys. So
You
There it
can
is.
guarantee you're just going to have girls from now on?
yes, that's my plan.
Names are crazy things. Due to a typo in Mexico, L. Ron Hubbard is just known as the Ron Hubbard.
It is not. Really?
Absolutely.
I wish that were true. The middle name thing was weird. You know, I have no middle name. And when my mom was filling out the paperwork and trying to get the nurses, I guess the nurses come in and they have her fill out what the birth certificate has to have on it. And she said, we're not doing a middle name. So she left it blank. And they sent that in. And then that actually came back to her. And they said, you can't leave it blank. You have to put something, which was kind of disconcerting. And
Nature abhors a vacuum.
That's exactly
So do
right.
fetuses and cats.
Yes. Please say you just wrote that. That's really great.
Vine it.
Yeah. So they demanded something else, and I think they brought it back and asked for her approval to put N/A or something like that.
She says it was none.
None for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah, none. Did she say that?
And then she
you heard
said
the story.
X.
And then X.
Yeah.
That'd be cool. Emery X Emery. Are you kidding me?
Wow.
Shit, my brothers. But rise up!
Yeah,
And
Emery
Trigger.
V would be better because that would look like a contest.
Emery the Emery?
V.
Oh, V. That's nice. So what they settled on finally was two hyphens, two dashes. So my name technically is Emery -- Emery. So
It's like an action.
Wow.
yeah, that's what Mom settled on.
Double,
She's like,
double
"All right,
hyphen.
if you have to put something
So
in.
your middle name is technically punctuation.
Yes, it is. That's exactly right.
But not a colon.
No, you would expect my middle name to be a colon.
I would.
And
But,
your last, what's that called? II.
Yeah.
Instead of junior.
Yeah, it's the second.
Yeah.
Not a fan of the whole junior thing. Anybody here a junior? No.
I'm a third.
Oh, you're the third.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
John Edward Rael the third.
Okay.
I never go by it. I always.
People give you shit when they hear it.
Well, not only does it sound a little poncy or whatever, it always I was always afraid, like in resumes and stuff, they would, and I hate to admit this, I was always afraid they would assume I was Hispanic, which I am, or black.
Or old.
Yeah, or really old. But and like every actor I see out there who's urban, I hate dancing around these words. Who has
You
a
could say
third?
Jewish. You could say
every
Jewish.
black young actor I know out there has like a third on their name. And I didn't know what that was, but I'm like, well, I'm not black. I don't want anybody to think I am. You know, not that there's anything wrong with being black, but I want to be who I am and not mislead anybody.
Weird.
You know?
Shouldn't
So-
it be 2/3?
5/8.
Yeah, 5/8. Math.
You're listening to Skeptically Yours on GoCast Network, skepticallyyours.net, and available at the iTunes Store. More after this insufferable disruption. Have you heard of our other award-winning podcast, Ardent Atheist? Well, you have now. Go check it out at www.ardentatheist.com. That's all I'm saying. And now back to Skeptically Yours, where thinking is free. We're talking with John Rael, Dax Jordan, and Matt Flagenflorgen.
The third.
Of the Luftwaffe.
The Luftwaffe.
The Luftwaffe Flagenkurgens.
Who's your favorite Viner, Dax?
James Urbaniak.
Yeah, he's about the best.
What?
Yeah.
I have 3 top, actually. You don't like
Sorry.
James?
No, I'm just saying I can't believe that's your top.
Whoa!
Well, I'm kind of a bottom, so
Whoa.
I just- whoever's
Heather's
aggressive.
getting catty about the Vine artists out there.
Who's your favorite? Who did I?
What's
the
that
matter?
guy's name? The lemon guy.
Will
She
Sasso?
likes
Will Sasso.
who I think is genius.
I love
think
his.
he's brilliant.
I don't like as many of the lemon tangents and some of the the popular tangents.
Well, I
think
love his. What's that guy's name?
his character.
His
what,
character.
Corey.
Corey.
Yeah.
Corey's great.
So
Yeah.
what he does is, by the way, if you want to find me on Vine, you can find me via Twitter, Emery II.
Me
And
too.
we're-
Find me.
And Heather
I'll make some more.
Henderson.
Find us all.
What are you on Twitter?
Heather Henderson.
Yeah, Heather Henderson, because one extra N
Is
would have
too much.
broken Twitter.
For some reason.
And where do they find you, Dax Jordan?
Yeah, just Dax Jordan on there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
easy. Cool.
easy. Piece of cake.
That's another thing I like about having a weird name.
Yeah.
I don't
Well,
buy the
until-
whole bullshit that having an unusual name causes problems.
No, I've never found that necessarily.
No, if kids want to make fun of you, if you're a dork, you're a dork. Like nothing's gonna.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. No normal name will fix you.
Right.
I thought it was cool just being the only Dax. I mean, I had met a few throughout my life. We tend to magnetize together.
coagulate?
Somehow. Yeah, there's another Dax Jordan who's my friend on Facebook, and sometimes sometimes he'll like my comments and it makes me look like I liked my own comments. I'm like, please
Backfired a little
don't.
bit.
Yeah, don't do that.
I have
But-
a Heather Henderson who tags me in her kids' picture sometimes, and I'm like, "Why are you
wow.
tagging me?" She goes, "I think you'd like this."
And legally, they'll be yours after 5 more tags.
All right.
Take them. Any court will recognize that. Yeah, and then
Well,
Dax Shepard came along, and now it's weird.
Dax Shepard?
Yeah.
Oh,
the-
yeah.
Idiocracy.
Right.
actor.
Guy married to Veronica Mars.
Yeah, Mr. Kristen Bell.
I had not even thought about that name. I didn't connect it.
Yeah.
It's funny. I thought you were the first Dax I
yeah.
knew
No,
of.
no, that was on
Was
But I've
he
never met
named
him.
after you?
He was. His name is Bill Kirshenbaum.
Bill. I got to get Bill on the show. You, sir, have a very normal name. Did you get picked on as a kid?
I have a normal first name. I have
The last one's hard to say.
I have a regularly mispronounced and misspelled last name.
Do people fuck your name up?
Well, it's
Augie did. He was recently a guest on our podcast.
yeah. I get
Augie
Kirshen and Kershaw and
They just can't do it.
Kirshen, and when they write it down, I get a lot of the vowels wrong. Like pick any other 2 vowels and put them in, and I've had that spelling before.
Cash
considered
on.
making
And then
a-
there's extra C's find their way into my name as well.
Have you ever been told to do a stage name, like make it easier?
I don't know. Like by the time that had even been was a possibility, I was already too far down the line.
Matt
before it
Kirsch.
occurred to me. But
Matt,
but,
the cable
Maddie
guy.
K.
But again, it's kind of handy because I'm easy to find. If you just type
Cum laude.
yeah, if you typed comedian Matt K.I. and I will be
Boom.
one of the options. There's
That-
like Matt King and there's me. And
Right. That to me, that's the value of having a fucking whack out name. And if you don't want to have a whack out name, you take a couple letters in there and make
Like Prashant Venkataraman.
Oh, how'd you
Yeah,
fuck that up?
Venkataraman.
Venkataramanajam, Venkataramanajam, Venkataramanajam.
Kostaki Economopoulos. One of my
You know,
other favorites.
you know what the saddest thing about my name is? It took us, me and my cousins, like 19, 20 years to figure out keeping it Rael.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's
Keeping
great.
it real.
I grew up our whole lives. Never occurred to us until we went to college.
Right.
Keeping it real.
I just had a thought. What was I? Oh, it was for GoCast. What was the GoCast. Yeah, GoCast, a wide network. Huh? How great is that?
That's pretty great.
See what you can do with it?
Except
GoCast
wide isn't necessarily like a positive term for
casting a wide net.
Well, yeah, but the
It
double
reaches
meaning of
everybody.
it isn't like wide. It's like if it also meant something good, like
Turn
if
his mic off. Turn his mic off.
He's pessimistic
No,
about
don't
it.
do that to him.
like yeah, if it's like, oh, this network's wide.
Yeah.
And if that was a good thing, as well as like the casting a wide net other meaning, that would be a great slogan.
Let's think of some other slogans you can just rip apart.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
There's
Go for
one
it.
of those videos. What do you call those guys that we were just talking about earlier?
The Chaser.
Yeah, about unusual baby names.
Oh yeah.
Well, we have the one about baby names. That's what stunned me. I'm like, I've been kind of wanting to talk about weird names. Penn Jillette has a kid named Crime Fighter.
Yeah.
Moxie
which I think
Crime
is
Fighter
great.
Gillette.
Moxie Crime Fighter.
Yeah, Moxie Crime Fighter.
So first name is Moxie. Okay.
Yeah. And he says he named her Crime Fighter so that when she gets pulled over by the police, she can hand him the ID and go, "I'm on your side."
He has a lot of faith in.
That's one of the reasons.
Her daughter's driving.
Yeah, and not that they'll get instantly arrested for having a fake ID, which is what I would do if I were the
But that's also, I think, the reason he had a white kid.
That is one of the reasons. I don't know that he's pointed that out himself, but you're correct. That's a positive side effect of that particular.
Yeah.
It wasn't on purpose. But let's listen to some of what's happening in this video from, what do they call it? The Chaser.
Yes.
What's happening from these cats is they're on the streets and there's a cop out there claiming that he can write tickets for fucked up baby names. So he's asking people what they've named their kid, and he's writing them tickets based on how fucked up their name is. So here's a little bit of that.
See, that's the speeding ticket, right? No respect, Chaz, no respect. If you do the crime, you've got to pay the fine. And this week, I've been cracking down on another big problem.
I'm Citizens Infringement Officer. We're cracking down on inappropriate baby names. What's the name?
Perfectly fine.
Well, I'll be the judge of that.
Lucian?
Lucian.
Yes.
It's a bit poncy, isn't it? Hunter.
That means
Sorry,
gay,
that's
right?
actually a surname.
No,
Surname
not
as
more
first
like
name.
la-di-da.
It's a $100 fine. Tiana. Ill-thought-out name.
Serious?
Absolutely. What was it again?
Tiana.
Tiana. Okay. See, now Tiana's going to have to live with that name for the rest of her life.
All right.
I'm sorry, madam. I'm just trying to help out.
Sebastian.
Sebastian, all right. That's extremely punchy. What were you thinking? No, you weren't thinking. No, you weren't thinking at all.
This one's Samuel.
Samuel, unfortunately, I realise it's not your fault, but it reminds me of somebody I hate. $75 fine.
2 days.
Madison with 2 Ds. Sorry, I'm going to have to fine you $50 for a bogan name. Bogan name with bogan spelling.
Skanky bogan.
What's the name of the child, please?
Bogan's redneck, Australian redneck.
Pretentious first name. You're going to get in a lot of trouble, beaten up, all sorts of stuff. Sorry, Bentley. That is a $100 fine. Yeah, I'll tell you what, if you have a sister and you call her Mercedes, you're going to be in big trouble. Yes.
Pegasus Ezekiel.
Pegasus Ezekiel. Are you serious?
That's great.
Character building. Oh, I'll tell you what, it's fine building, that's for sure.
Danielle Lucas posted something on the chat that says, "Girl has to legally fight to keep her birth name." And in Iceland, she is known as Blair, Blaer, and it's not on the Icelandic government's approved list of names.
Whoa!
She's now identified as Girl on official documents. Her mother had to.
She has
fight
been
to
named
get
after
that.
the sound of vomiting.
I didn't know Iceland was that kind of country. I mean, I guess we never think about Iceland
why
because
would
who
you
cares?
think of
Iceland,
that?
Iceland, I believe, is the country that's about to debate banning all pornography.
What?
Yes.
Which is crazy because again, I always think of countries up in that bit of the world. Like I know Iceland isn't Scandinavia, but it's,
Are they also going to change
it's
their
around
name
the
to
way.
Rapeland? Because that's what it's going to be known as after they take away porn from people up in Iceland.
So you're saying if they take away porn, people will start raping?
Yes. You know, a small country like that where they don't even let you pick your own names. Now they take away porn. What other
Rape
outlet
is
are the
next.
crazy people going to have?
They have a list that you can choose names from, but they have to be on that list.
Really?
That's what it says.
I'm having trouble buying
how
this.
big is
What's
the
the
list,
source of this? Yeah, how big is the list?
Like if the list is
just
like
Bjork.
3 names.
Daily News.
By the way, that's the Daily News we're reading right there.
Right.
I don't know if we should trust that source.
Well,
The list.
Dasher,
The
Dancer,
list
Rude.
names.
Is the Daily News? It's a tabloid, right?
Hey, this isn't a British paper,
isn't it?
I don't think so.
Daily
Oh,
News. Yeah, Daily News.
DailyNews.com.
It's a UK thing.
.com or .co?
.com.
Oh, it is .com.
Yeah, I've not heard of the Daily News.
All right, I think that might be bullshit, actually. Honey.
I don't know.
We got to look into this. Who linked you to that?
I just told you.
Joe?
No.
Oh, I thought you
Danielle
told me.
Lucas.
Oh, all right. So, all right, now we have to get to the bottom of whether or not they're fascist jagoffs up in
Says
Iceland.
the Associated Press.
Associated Press. Well, you got to. I trust them.
Okay.
Do I trust
so
them?
it happened.
Okay.
We're sure it's not that it's a list of names you can't use for some historical reason, like Germany has. Like you can't name your kid Hitler.
Right.
Yeah, no. In Germany, you can't even like joke about.
You get
Hitler.
arrested for joking about
yeah,
it.
no, it's a problem.
Really?
Yeah. Now, going back to the '80s when I was younger.
What Nazis?
When I nice. Going back to the 80s, there was a kid named Heiko who was a foreign exchange student, and he told me that that in Germany, if you pretend to be Hitler, if you dress up as Hitler, if you do anything like that,
If you kill millions of Jews.
anything like that,
Yeah.
they will. You can be fined, you can be imprisoned, all that shit. So,
Damn.
Wow,
it
he
never
told you
occurred to me
that?
that's just fascism continuing.
And you almost fell out of your wheelchair.
I almost fell out.
All these people are posting links on the website confirming that it's an actual story.
Cool. Thank you.
New York
the Icelandic-
Times, NPR had it.
I tell you what else Iceland definitely has, because I checked this with more than one Icelandic person.
A volcano?
They have numerous Santa Clauses, all of whom are malicious.
What?
Like their Christmas tradition is you get visited on consecutive days by lots of different people who all have individual names, and they do things that range from like weird to dickish. Like some of them are like ones like they blow out. There's one that blows out all your candles, and then there's one that sucks milk from your cow's teat.
What?
I
That's awesome.
I thought there's
Joe
a
Slam,
strict
can you find
definition
that?
of your cow and her teat.
Yeah, and there's one that slams doors, as the door slamming one.
Wow.
And then
He's called Polterklaus.
Yeah, like I was told this by an Icelandic chef who I was friends with, and I was like, and we pissed ourselves laughing all night, and then I was like, I'm gonna check this. So the next Icelandic person I met was like, here's a thing I've been told, and they were like, oh yeah, and then just described exactly the same thing.
And that's
As
why
if it was
Gremlins is a Christmas movie.
Yeah.
By the way, I wanted to clear up something I just said. I don't think that if you take away porn, it justifies rape in any way whatsoever. In any way whatsoever. However,
that's what I was getting
am
from
glad. I'm glad in this country that our crazy people have outlets like porn and watching SVU. And I'm like, I'm glad there are probably child diddlers sitting at home watching SVU instead of out taking our children.
Yeah.
I'm like, good, great, more perverted programming.
Hey, an argument could be made that child pornography should be allowed to them.
Silence.
Yeah, everybody goes silent.
Or at least
when I say
cartoon
This was a great show,
versions.
guys. I'll see you later.
Cartoon versions. That's the thing, man. That for me, that's crossing the line. I mean, if you, to say
You're
that
fine
you
with the live
can't-
action one, but not with kid.
No, I'm the other way.
Oh, okay.
I'm the other way.
Fine with
No,
the
I certainly don't think that anybody should be filming kids fucking at all. What I think should happen is the kids should be filming kids fucking. See, that's where it's not
so
a
they
problem.
learn editing and
Yeah,
lighting. And,
they learn a trade. You know what I mean?
yeah.
And nobody's being taken advantage of.
And they put the money away in an account they can't get to till they're 18.
That's
The
exactly
parents don't
right.
The
spend
thing
it.
is, it's so rare that a child porn star crosses over into adult pornography successfully.
Okay, we're going to talk more about child pornography after this. That's it for the free version of episode
Oh, that's what we finished the free version
31.
on, me saying that. Gee,
Another
with
show
no
that went
just
off
review.
without a hitch. We miss you, Hitch. We'll be making the full 90 minutes available to our premium subscribers later tonight. If you'd like to hear the full 90-minute show, please go to skepticallyyours.net/premium and subscribe. I want to thank our guests, John Rael, Dax Jordan, and Matt the Pedo Kirshen.
That's not my real middle name.
I forgot.
It's just a nickname I was given by the police.
I also want to thank my co-host, Heather Henderson.
That's me.
Tune in next week when our guest will be
Jeff Klinger.
And we'll be talking about...
I'm not psychic, damn it.
You're not?
Thanks to our audio engineers, Dick Spenneberg and Jansen Lefevre. And today on camera, we have Amanda McAlpin. Our theme music, courtesy of the sound editor of The Aristocrats, Eric Wilson. And special thanks to our Skeptic Tank moderator, Joseph the Verb Swam. And our digital publicist and web guru, Cameron the Expletive Winters.
Fuck that guy.
Yeah.
You've been listening to Skeptically Yours on skepticallyyours.net. I'm your host, Emery.
And I'm Heather Henderson.
And we are Skeptically Yours. Skeptically Yours is a product of an ever-expanding universe. You want to finish up with anything about fucking kids, Matt?
I never finish up. That's when I'm problems.
Oh.